Have you ever felt like you were destined for something greater? Maybe you've been told by a book, a mentor, or even a spiritual influencer that you're a chosen one, here to fulfill a unique cosmic purpose. It's a tempting idea, isn't it? The notion that, out of all the billions of people on this planet, you are somehow more special, more important, more awakened. But what if this isn't the truth? What if the idea of being a chosen one is just a narrative designed to feed your ego? What if it's a distraction, keeping you from the true work of self-discovery and inner peace? Today, we're going to dismantle this comforting myth and uncover why the idea of being chosen might actually be holding you back from genuine spiritual evolution. Let's explore why this narrative is so alluring, how it feeds our ego, and what it truly means to grow beyond these illusions. Let's start by looking at the foundation of the chosen one narrative, the myth of being special. From a young age, many of us are conditioned to seek validation. We are taught that being ordinary is not enough. We need to be extraordinary to matter. Spiritual teachings that emphasize being special or chosen feed directly into this conditioning. They offer a sense of importance, a feeling that you're not just another person on this earth, but someone destined for greatness. But let's pause and question this. Why do we need to be special to find meaning? Why do we need to believe that the universe has singled us out for a unique purpose? This idea, while comforting, is inherently divisive. It creates an us versus them mentality, a belief that some people are inherently more valuable or advanced than others. The truth is, there is no cosmic hierarchy. The universe doesn't play favorites. Each person's existence is equally significant and equally insignificant in the grand scheme of things. The myth of being special is a story we cling to because it feels good, but it isn't rooted in reality. Real spiritual growth begins when we let go of the need to feel special and embrace the beauty of being part of something much larger than ourselves. This brings us to the next point: ego. The idea of being chosen feeds one of the most basic aspects of the human mind, our ego. The ego loves to feel superior. It thrives on comparisons, on feeling that it's better, smarter, or more important than others. When you believe that you are part of a select group of awakened individuals, or that you've been singled out by the universe, you're essentially giving your ego exactly what it wants. Spiritual superiority is one of the most insidious traps on the path of growth. It convinces you that you've already arrived, that you're ahead of others on some imagined spiritual journey. But this superiority isn't a sign of growth. It's a sign of stagnation. It blinds you to your own flaws and keeps you from seeing the shared humanity in everyone around you. The ego's need for superiority can even manifest in subtle ways. You might look down on people who don't share your beliefs, or you might feel the need to prove your spiritual insights to others. This isn't spirituality. It's ego, dressed in spiritual clothing. True growth requires humility, the understanding that we are all students, all equals, and all on this journey together. Now, what happens when this ego-driven narrative begins to crack? When the idea of being chosen is challenged, the ego often reacts defensively. It might come up with new stories to preserve its sense of superiority. For example, you might tell yourself that people don't understand you because you're on a higher level, or that you're isolated because you're more advanced than those around you. These stories are not reflections of reality. They are defense mechanisms. The ego cannot handle the idea of being ordinary, so it builds walls to protect itself. It creates an identity around being special, even if that identity isolates you or causes suffering. Breaking down the ego is one of the most challenging aspects of spiritual growth. It requires honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the comforting stories we tell ourselves. This process is uncomfortable because it forces us to confront our deepest insecurities. But it's also liberating. When you stop clinging to the need to be special, you open yourself to a deeper, more authentic experience of life. The chosen one narrative also perpetuates another dangerous illusion, the illusion of hierarchy. Many spiritual teachings present growth as a ladder, with some people being more advanced or higher up than others. This creates a sense of competition and comparison, which is fundamentally at odds with the essence of spirituality. Spirituality is not a race. It's not about climbing a ladder or reaching a destination. It's about being present, being honest, and being connected. The moment we start ranking ourselves or others, we lose sight of this truth. The illusion of hierarchy is appealing because it gives us a framework to measure our progress. But this framework is entirely constructed by the ego. In reality, there's no hierarchy, only the unique individual journey that each person is on. Recognizing this can help you move beyond comparisons and embrace the path that is uniquely yours. So how do we break free from these traps, Conte? The first step is to observe your ego. Start paying attention to the moments when you feel the need to prove your worth or when you judge others as being less evolved. Notice the stories you tell yourself about being special or chosen. Observation is powerful because it creates a gap between you and your ego. When you observe your thoughts without judgment, you begin to see them for what they are. Just thoughts. They are not truths, and they do not define you. As you practice observing your ego, you'll start to notice how often it seeks validation or superiority. This awareness is the first step toward letting go of these patterns. The more you observe, the less control your ego will have over you. To support the process of breaking free from ego-driven narratives, incorporating a practical meditation practice into your daily life can be transformative. This practice isn't about achieving mystical states or proving spiritual superiority. It's about cultivating presence and self-awareness. Start by finding a quiet, comfortable space where you can sit, undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, noticing the gentle sensation of air entering and leaving your body. As thoughts arise, whether about being special, chosen, or even mundane worries, simply observe them without judgment. Allow these thoughts to come and go, like clouds passing through the sky, while anchoring your focus on your breath. If you find your mind wandering or clinging to specific ideas, gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Over time, this practice trains you to detach from the stories your ego creates, fostering a sense of clarity and peace. It reminds you that you are not your thoughts or the labels you've internalized. You are the quiet observer behind them, capable of existing fully in the present moment. At the heart of this journey is a profound realization. All souls are equal. No one is inherently superior or more deserving than anyone else. We are all unique expressions of the same universal energy, and we all have the same potential for growth, love, and connection. When you let go of the need to be special, you open yourself to a deeper sense of connection. You stop seeing others as competitors or obstacles, and start recognizing them as fellow travelers on the same path. Soul equality doesn't mean we're all the same. It means we're all equally valuable. True spirituality isn't about elevating yourself above others. It's about embracing the shared humanity that unites us all. So what's the takeaway here? You don't need to be a chosen one to find meaning, purpose, or fulfillment. The idea of being chosen is just a story, a comforting illusion that feeds the ego, but ultimately holds you back. True transformation comes from letting go of these stories and embracing the ordinary beauty of being human. It comes from connecting with others, observing your ego, and living authentically in the present moment. Remember, you are not chosen. You are something far more powerful, human,